YouTube, what is up? So, continuing on with the Marvel Legends Sugarman Build-A-Figure wave, this is the Age of Apocalypse series. We are looking at Dark Beast and X-Man, which is Nathaniel Gray. Um, yeah, I think these are probably the two best figures of the wave. And I want to say Dark Beast is probably going to be the most popular, but then again, it could be X-Men. And these were two characters that were in the Age of Apocalypse storyline that actually crossed over into the main line. So somehow they survived the Age of Apocalypse storyline when the Mcron crystals were put back together, and yeah, that's part of the Age of Apocalypse story where these crystals were shattered, and it created different timelines, and destroyed certain timelines, and brought the Age of Apocalypse about. So anyway, yeah, so these two were characters that actually made it back into the main Marvel timeline, along with Sugarman and a couple other people. I might talk about that in the Sugarman review. We're going to do a separate video on Sugarman himself. So here we have the Dark Beast, and I was scratching my head for a while on this one, and I recall them calling him Black Beast at first, but yeah, that could be just me misremembering things. But yeah, in package, pretty dope. And there is a read up. See if I can pick this up and zoom in just a little bit. Dr. Henry McCoy constantly experiments on himself to enhance his superhuman powers. Sorry. But yeah. A little bit more on his backstory. Dark Beast in Age of Apocalypse reality. Hank McCoy, he was a mad scientist. He implemented cruel experiments under Apocalypse. He was also, like I said, only a few characters to escape the AOA reality to the regular Marvel Universe. He worked directly under Mr. Sinister in his breeding pens, which is where they produced Nate Gray. Because he didn't, because of the death of Professor X, he wasn't taught like ethical science like he would have learned with the X-Men, which pretty much led him to be evil. In fact, he actually like enjoyed, hurting people, which is, crazy. As far as Nate Gray or Nathaniel Gray, he gets his name from his mother, and he's his mother's last name, which is Jean Grey, and his I don't want to say his father, but like we all know that he was created by Mr. Sinister, and he got his first name from Mr. Sinister, whose real name is Nathaniel Essex, and his last name, like I was saying, from his genetic mother, which is Jean Grey, and we all know that his genetic father is Scott Summers. His origin, as we know, in Age of Apocalypse, he was transported to the regular shared universe as well. Did I say that? Am I repeating myself? So anyway, he was another character that was transported into the regular universe after the end of AOA, and that was been like just before the Onslaught crossover event. So anyway, yeah, he was made with some Omega machine that Dark Beast was tinkering with, and yeah. Anyways, go back and read the stories. They are actually, why is this thing leaning now? They are actually pretty cool. I dig them. We didn't really talk about what it says here on his read up, but quick little short sentence. Nate Gray travels between dimensions armed with astonishing psychic powers. So pretty cool, man. So I got these already halfway open. Let's see. Yeah. All right, cool. And I don't normally like doing this on camera, but oh, his head just popped right off. But yeah, man, this is pretty dope. I might have to pause this regardless and bring out the regular beast. His head popped off. All right, got no strength. What is going on here? Can't push it back in. All right. So this is pretty much the same body, except for a couple of changes here and there in the pants and the legs. But man, this thing is awesome. Come on, there we go. And he comes with Sugar Man's hammer. Kind of looks like a overgrown Milner, if you ask me. And he has two alternate hands as well. So here is the hammer that he comes with. And there it just says sugar. Comes with one fisted hand. Let's see, is that looking good? Yeah. A flat hand. Gripping hand, and I don't know what you want to call this. Some expressive. But yeah, man, this is pretty dope. And we get the same articulation that we got with the other beast. But man, this guy looks awesome. There's a better look at beast. Man, this is really sweet. I don't know if Nate Gray is going to take the cake, but I think this is probably the best figure of the wave. Maybe, I think the Sugar Man is going to actually be the best figure. Maybe I'm just biased because I've been wanting him for such a long time in Marvel Legends form. We did get one from, wow, was it Toy Biz? They had a button, and you would push the button, and you would make this creepy laugh. Like, they do kind of resemble each other. And then we got the other two arms of Sugar Man. This is kind of bent, but yeah, I think these are gonna be, I think the arms are all alternate. To say that one is you know, top. So we do got a left arm and a right arm, or a right arm and a left arm, but I think these can alternate from top and bottom, if I'm not mistaken. I think all the pegs are the same. So we're gonna figure that out in the next video. And here we got Nate Gray. And I gotta say, man, he's just pretty plain, man. I wish we would have got something else with him, like any type of effect piece or something. I don't know, but it's cool. Not quite sure if this is the same jacket that we got with Havoc. I'll bring that out in a minute, but most of this looks new, like on the arm here. The knee pads, I haven't seen that. This belt, we definitely haven't seen that. This is painted on here on the side, whereas here on his crotch, that looks, that is sculpted. Mine looks really good, but the paint is, a little light here, but it's not too bad. Jacket seems to be getting a little bit away of going forward. Pretty cool going back. But yeah, man, this is awesome. This is a good figure. I think you guys are gonna like this one. So yeah, let's go ahead and pause this, and then let's bring out Havoc and the Beast, or I should say Beast. All right, so here we have Beast and Dark Beast together, and like I said, there's a lot of similarities. So we got this dark hand, same, all the hands and the fist that's on there with him. It's pretty much all reuses. Come on now. We showed that. No need to get into that. And these are going to be the same. So the hands, feet, everything's the same except the head and the pants. The Dark Beast looks like he has a boot cut here, but there's no swivel in that. So with the Nate Gray and Havoc, Alex Summers, I initially thought the jackets were the same, but they're not. I don't think there's anything actually the same about them. Actually, yeah, this is new. So nothing about these jackets are the same. As far as like the legs are concerned, yeah, those are dead on, and the only thing that's gonna be different is gonna be the knee. Man, I'm sorry, I'm sitting over here geeking out. So the only thing different is gonna be the knees, but the legs are the same. Crotches are different, but yeah, man. So pretty good job, man. Next, we're gonna be looking at Sugar Man, and yeah, we got Apocalypse in the background with Mr. Sinister. We are gonna be getting a Age of Apocalypse deluxe figure, similar to the way we got the Giant Man and the Venom. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty dope. I think we should get a Mr. Sinister AOA. That would be pretty cool. If you don't know, in the story of Age of Apocalypse, Nate Gray is pretty much raised by Forge, and Mr. Sinister ends up killing Forge, and they work together. Forge was like, a father figure to Nate Gray, and so Sinister kills Forge, and then Nate Gray ends up turning around and killing Mr. Sinister, and then he sets off to go after and fight Apocalypse in the end. And there's a huge battle between Apocalypse, Nate Gray, and Magneto, which is pretty cool. Havoc is in the story as well, along with a different version of Havoc and a different version of Cyclops. And yeah, man, like I've been saying throughout the review of these figures, man, this is a story worth going back and looking over if you're interested. And with that being said, Sugar Man's coming up next. We'll probably talk a little further about certain things, but maybe not. I don't know. When we get there, we'll get there. But please like, subscribe, and as always, take care.